Well, welcome to this Facebook reflections, or perhaps Facebook conversation. So, in some ways, I'm beginning to feel that these are kind of conversation starters as well as reflections of mine. All these reflections of mine are conversation starters, or intended to be conversation starters. So, please, if you at any point kind of feel like you want that there's something you have to contribute around what has been spoken about in these videos, please comment in comment, and yeah, there could be a beautiful conversation happening if that is what you desire. So this weekend has been a very unusual weekend for me. So it's brought in many kind of thoughts. I've just been thinking, there's been a lot of deep, kind of very big things happening, which have been, well, big is not quite the right word, but they've been very kind of deep and beautiful. So my daughter, who has been living in the UK for the last 4 years, has come home for a kind of a short visit. So that's been really amazing to see her and to see her walk in the door. I haven't seen her probably for just over a year. And she's tall, so when she has a big presence. So to have her walk through the door was like heartwarming. It actually, like, my heart just kind of broke open. And in a way that I actually didn't expect. I don't think I quite knew what to expect, because she's growing older each year. She gets a little bit older, a little bit more mature. She's got her own life going. So yeah, that was really divine and beautiful. And she's arrived back in time for Father's Day. And I noticed that on Father's Day, what I felt like doing was cleaning my house, which is interesting. And it's a very windy day, and where I live, I get the wind. So on windy days, it's a little bit like being in a kind of a tornado. So it's very much it's very conducive to staying inside, unless I feel like kind of walking against the wind up the road. So that's what I've been doing with my morning on Father's Day. And from that, there kind of came some deeper reflections about cleansing and clearing, and recognizing the wind is a really good, really does provide the energies of clearing. It's that very that potent energetic force, where there's a lot of clearing. It really does assist in the clearing. So it's not surprising that that I wanted to do some deeper cleaning in the house and some rearranging of furniture. And what I reflected on with that was, as in the process, I know that when I clean, I'm also energetically clearing. And kind of rearranging furniture is actually enabling the energy within the room to flow better, or to flow in a way that feels aligned. And I've just recently recorded the September frequencies, and September is very much about the month of birth, of bringing forward the divine within and allowing that to shine forth. And we've had most of 2023, or a lot of 2023, has been about like really stepping up, really clearing the dust out, clearing the decks, reigniting codes, reigniting ourselves into the divine love being, starting to embody the divine, start to be exactly who we are, which is divine. That process in my books is a process both of clearing and activating. My sense is that if we just clear, all we're doing is we're like sweeping the same room. And yeah, it's beautiful. We get a nice clean room for a week, and then we sweep the same room and it's clear and it's nice again, but it doesn't really, nothing, it doesn't flow better or particularly, or it's not like bringing a new piece of furniture into the house, or even building a new extension to the house, or even shifting home. So for me, clearing and cleaning is like a maintenance thing. It keeps us in a really good state of being, both internally and externally. However, this year has really been about, for me, and I think for my clients and for those people who I speak to, and what the guides have been really bringing forth is that we clear and we activate, or we clear and we upgrade, we clear and we rearrange, we clear and we bring in those new pieces, we clear and we bring in those wisdom keepers within us from other lifetimes, and we upgrade them with the new energies that are coming in. So we're not just recreating the old that was extraordinary, we're also bringing forward all the wisdom from those ancient lifetimes, and we're upgrading those so that this new time on planet Earth goes beyond that which we've ever known before. And so kind of the metaphor of kind of rearranging things in my home and cleaning my home is very much along the lines of what on the internal world that is also happening, is that clearing and then that upgrading, that bringing in the new from our times in ancient civilizations, and upgrading that with new divine energies that are constantly evolving, that are constantly being kind of downloaded to us. So I guess this is what I have been sitting with, and almost at a slightly unconscious level, because with my daughter arriving and all the excitement and just hanging out together, and I was feeling quite tired today, and so it's been like I haven't been highly kind of processing things on a high consciousness level. It's more I've just been kind of listening to what feels like what my body feels like doing, and what feels like a good thing to do. And I think that's often how we do live our lives, but on the higher planes, at a much deeper level, something is always happening. And as I'm reflecting on this, the something that was happening in those moments was internally, I was cleansing and clearing and upgrading. And then I get to relax and just kind of allow that to integrate and allow that to consolidate. And my sense is this is really what we are being asked to do. It's also the process that so many of us are constantly in. And sometimes it is a little unconscious, and sometimes it's highly conscious. And we are really kind of going, wow. But it's something that we're doing all the time. And to know that it's both an internal experience and an external experience. So our external world, and when I reflect on it, I think that is required to match our internal world. So when we do a big internal shift, it may be that we need to do some external changes, or it may be that in doing the external changes, the internal world is affected. So there's always this dance between the two. And that, I think, is for another conversation, but that is a deep passion of mine, or a deep something that I really resonate with, that this work happens internally and is reflected, and we need to reflect it externally, and it may happen externally and it shifts that internal system within us. So I hope that this has sparked something in you, or you have received some gem or some piece of wisdom or something to chew on and think about, or just enjoyed listening. And I wish you a really, really beautiful week, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Ciao. Much love.